the Snohomish Times Sports Network. I'm Bishop, and we are here at the home of the Grizzlies, Glacier Peak High School. We've got a fantastic Wesco 4A matchup for you tonight between the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the visiting Jackson Timberwolves. It's the last match in the first half of the season. This is the last team in Wesco 4A that each of these teams has not played yet. Should be a very intriguing, very even, very interesting matchup here tonight from Glacier Peak High School. Tonight's match is brought to you by our presenting sponsor for all of our STSPN volleyball broadcasts, Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. Make sure you check them out. Thank them for their commitment to the Snohomish Times Sports Network, to our volleyball community, and thank them for making these events happen here on STSPN.com. We've mentioned it before. We've got more broadcasts this year than we have ever had for volleyball, and it's only going to get bigger if you go into Lake Stevens Ace Hardware and you let them know that you appreciate it, both with your pocketbooks next time you need to get some home improvement supplies, and also with your voice. We'll have the Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match at the end of the match this evening. We've got a couple of other sponsors, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, McDaniel's Do-It Center. Without these companies, we could not make all these broadcasts possible. It has been a very exciting year here for me at STSPN.com and having the ability to make this happen. It is future Grizzlies night here apparently in Glacier Peak High School. Just trying to catch what's going on there. Looks like we've got the young Grizzlies here, the participants in their camp from this summer out to support the team. Big traveling contingent from Jackson High School. We're heading into the introductions now. We'll be back with First Serve in just a couple moments here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. We're just going through the introductions here for both teams, and man, we're going to have a lot to talk about right out of the gates. Some very different looking lineups for the Jackson Timberwolves, as they're going to be, it looks like, without their starting senior setter, Taylor Eastwood. Looks like it's going to be the senior DS, Lauren Atwood. We've seen her fill in as setter before. Looks like she's going to plug in there this evening. I believe they announced that number 14, Ava Doney, is going to be sliding over and playing on the outside, but I'm not 100% sure. They introduced 4 outside hitters. Maybe a little bit of gamesmanship there by Coach Mindy Staudinger. We're going to take a quick break here on STSPN.com. We'll be right back with First Serve. Glacier Peak High School, if they have nothing else, they have very strong Star Spangled Banner game this year. That's the second very, very good performance we've seen here to start a Grizzlies volleyball game. I always appreciate that. So we see the teams come around. The final preparation, these teams both right about in the middle of the standings. Glacier Peak on a bit of a three-match slide. They are on a three-match slide. Really strong start to the season, and they've struggled these last few matches, granted against high-quality opponents. Last time we were here in Glacier Peak High School, we saw one of the most exciting 4A matches that we've seen yet. It was a 5-set win for Glacier Peak over Monroe. Just taking a look, Glacier Peak sitting at 3-3. Jackson is sitting at 4-2. So Glacier Peak will be looking to knot that up in the standings. Kamiak is 5-1. They're only lost to Lake Stevens, and Lake Stevens undefeated on top of the Wesco 4A standings. Mount Vernon also at 3-3. The aforementioned Monroe Bearcats at 2-4, and then Mariner at 1-5, and Cascade still searching for a win in their season. So taking a look, it's going to be Christina Johnson as your right side. Lauren Atwood is your setter. It's like Ava Doney is in middle. And then you've got, I believe that's Lexi Dollarhide. Number 2 is going to be your second outside hitter in place of Paige Wilson, who's out tonight. Confirm that. That is Lexi Dollarhide, number 2. And the senior, Ciara Chose, your other outside. For the Jackson Timberwolves, your libero is Haley Pistol, number 6, the junior at Jackson. Alyssa Zalda will start as the setter for Glacier Peak. Aaliyah Stratton, Sydney Peterson, and Natalie Ayotte across the front row for the Grizzlies. That's a bit of a change as well. There's the first swing by Cho. Dig by Macy McQuarrie outside. Aaliyah Stratton pounds that ball through the block and down, and she gets the first kill of the night. Zalda continues to serve. We haven't seen a ton of her. We haven't seen her on one of our broadcasts. Misfire on the Jackson side. She is a senior setter, along with the other senior setter, Sierra Pratt. Those are your two setters. Grizzlies have an abundance of lefties. Atwood into the net, trying to deal with that overfeed. That's going to be a service ace for number 35, Salda. She goes after Johnson. Bump set from Atwood. Cho tips over the top. Ciara Cho with her first kill of the night. We know that tip move. We've seen it before. She goes up with that big approach, gets that high reach, and just tips the ball right over the top and into a hole. Lauren Atwood, the lefty, DS for the first few matches of the year, coming in and setting. Salda judged to be below the height of the net as she tips that one over through the block to the right side. That was Johnson, Christina Johnson, junior right side. She's, as we mentioned, she's been an impact player this year. She fires just long over the top there. Here's the big top spin from the senior outside hitter, Natalie Ayotte. Ciara Cho, dig by Ayotte. Salda, quick in the middle for Peterson, and on net violation, I think it was Zalda who followed through into the net as she was trying to pick up a bit of a tight pass on the dig there from Ayotte. Beautiful connection with Peterson, but it won't count as a dig because of the, or as a kill because of the net violation. Ciara Cho into the back row, and here's a change for Jackson. This is interesting. Number 10, Lauren Dimmelins into the front row as an outside hitter for the Jackson Timberwolves. So head coach Mindy Staudinger with Paige Wilson out, looking to manufacture some offense from that left pin, brings her big middle Dimmelin in. There was somebody in the net there. Nobody got called. Macy McQuarrie. Salda outside for Stratton, cut shot through, and she hammers it off of Dimmelin, and Stratton with her second kill of the night. That brings the libero Macy McQuarrie back to the service line. She is a junior this year for the Grizzlies. Had a very good match against Monroe when we saw her a couple weeks ago. And Haley Pistol is got something wrong. She's coming out of the match with some blood on her uniform. She's going to have to fix that up. Looks like we get a timeout. Timeout called by the official. Timeout called by, looks like timeout called by the official. So we'll stay right here and see how long this timeout's going to be as the officiating crew tonight, an experienced one. Glacier Peak has to like the start that they're off to. Aaliyah Stratton with a pair of kills. Melissa Zalda with an ace early on. And they are looking really strong. Jackson has some work to do just to figure out where they're at. It's going to be really, really interesting to see Lauren Dimmelin. Okay, this is interesting. So the libero, Haley Pistol, has got some blood on her jersey. Not sure exactly what happened there. They're taping her up. They've got the trainer taping her up. So what happened is the entire rest of the Jackson team just went out into the hallway to change into the opposite color jersey so that she can change into the opposite color jersey. For those of you watching at home who maybe aren't volleyball aficionados, the libero wears an opposite color jersey from the rest of the team. She's allowed to move in and out of the back row without utilizing a substitution. She's not allowed to play in the front row. She's not allowed to attack the ball in front of the 10-foot line or set the ball for a hitter who attacks the ball in front of the 10-foot line. So Jackson pulling the old switcheroo on their jerseys. They're going to come back in. Both teams are dressed in white now. Jackson will be the white team on the right-hand side. Glacier Peak will be the white team on the left-hand side. And Pistol's going to have to go change her jersey really quick, providing she has her green jersey with her. If you're a young volleyball player at home, please make sure you carry all of your gear that the team gives you every time you go. So we are in an injury timeout, I believe, which means she'll have up to 5 minutes, if that's what's actually happening. And it will not be a charged timeout for the Jackson Timberwolves, if that's what's actually happening. That's pretty quick, pretty well coordinated uniform change by the Jackson team. That's fairly impressive. We're just waiting on Pistol to come back in. Glacier Peak head coach Dave Thorne having a little chat with the down official, getting an update, a briefing on the situation. Pretty solid travel contingent from Jackson High School here at Glacier Peak tonight. Gotta say, I'm a little bit impressed. They came out en masse this evening. So it should be a raucous Jackson-centric crowd. If you missed the beginning of the broadcast, this is the Snohomish Times Sports Network. I'm Matty Bishop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tonight's match is brought to you by Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We'll have the Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match coming up after the match. So when the match is over, don't just flip off the computer. Stay with us for a minute. We've got the interview set up with the Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match. We also get financial support for these broadcasts from McDaniel's Do-It Center in Snohomish and Fred's Rivertown Ale House. Also, Uprising Volleyball is a huge contributor to STSPN.com in both time and energy and effort. Check out uprisingvolleyball.com. They've got, well, I'm going to brag a little bit. It's probably the best, the most complete handbook for a club program, complete with contracts, tournament dates, the whole 9 yards in the business. If you want to know what's going on at Uprising Volleyball, it's all right there. Tryouts are coming up for the U14s on October 28th. So make sure that if you want to be part of the Uprising, get on there and register for those tryouts. Space is limited. All right. So now the officials putting together the final pieces of what's happening. It appears that we've got all of the players back. Haley Pistol's back. She appears to be healthy. Ready to go. So, new captain? No, not sure what's going on there. Haley's wearing the same jersey number. McQuarrie still at the service line for Glacier Peak. Long delay after a really fast start from Glacier Peak. We'll see what kind of impact this has on the Grizzlies as they came out firing on all cylinders. Front row now for Glacier Peak. You have Claire Johnson as your middle. And then taking a look, you've got Emily Jamison. It looks like she's going to be playing on the right side. Aaliyah Stratton playing on the left pin. McQuarrie. Oh, that serve was going to be long, but it's touched by the middle, Lauren Dimmelin. She's not used to being in the serve receive. A middle doesn't usually do that. And McQuarrie gets the ace She goes right after Dimmelin again. Atwood sets to the right side, swing over the top from Johnson. Dig by Zalda, run down by McQuarrie. Out of the back row, Natalie Ayat somehow finds the angle and puts that one on the floor for her first kill of the night. Nice swing by Ayat as she just stayed aggressive in the middle of the court there. Good things happened. McQuarrie, this one the trickler off the tape, nicely dealt with by Ciara Cho. Lauren Dimmelin, Ayat gets under it but can't control it, and Lauren Dimmelin gets her first kill of the night. Into the match comes Olivia Skibble, junior middle for Jackson. That's going to send Ava Doney back to the service line. She's a sophomore or a junior middle as well. Jamison with the pass. This ball outside for Turner, the lefty, or Johnson, the lefty, pardon me. Atwood goes down under the net, and that is a violation. I was nervous for a second there that she may have been injured, but it looks like she's okay. Subbing into the back row, looks like we're going to run a double sub 6-2 for the Grizzlies. Zalda comes out, Stratton comes out. Into the match to serve and set Ciara Pratt. And in the front row, we are going to see Carly Bond slide over and play on the right side. Lots of changes from both sides here tonight. Atwood pushes that ball back for Johnson. Ayat with the dig. First set from Pratt to Jamison, picked up by Cho. Atwood outside, here's Dimmelin, and she hammers that ball down the line. So when Taylor Eastwood is in there, they use Lauren Dimmelin a lot from different positions with the middle. They run a front one, a back one, they run a slide, they move her all over the place. They're very, very good at it. With Atwood in there, they moved her over to the left pin where she's going to get more of the out of system, more of the trouble type sets, and have the ability to make a contribution. That's Christina Johnson with the service ace there for the Timberwolves, her first of the night. Yeah, McQuarrie gets under that one, but Pratt can't control it. That's a second ace for Johnson. So it's a good look. It's two good options in the front row. You've got the junior middle Skibble. You've got the senior outside slash middle Dimmelin, and you've got Ciara Cho hitting out of the back row behind her. Of course, Lauren Atwood, the setters in the front row as well. Jamison roll shot over the top, dug by Pistol. Jamison coming out of the back row. There's Johnson, and she misfired. Just couldn't keep that ball out in front of her. Difficult when the setter is setting at the hitter. That ball tends to drift behind the hitter, and they're going to have a tendency to hit that ball long. Jamison, Johnson with the pass. Atwood pushes it out. Here's Cho swinging out of the back row. Dig McQuarrie. Pratt. Ayat pounds that ball through the block. Natalie Ayat, her second kill of the night. She's definitely not the tallest player on the court, but the girl has springs and she has a really whippy arm, a good combination. She's a former Seaside champion on the beach. Here's Olivia Skibble in the middle. Nice pickup by Pratt. Out of system set for McQuarrie for Ayat. Tip over the top, dug by Dimmelin. Here comes Johnson out of the back. Off-speed ball picked up by number 8. That's Carly Bond. Now outside for Dimmelin. Down the line, Pratt with the dig. Turner keeps it alive, and Ayat punches it over. Cho, Atwood, Dimmelin again. That ball is in a net violation call against either Bond or Turner. Looks like they're calling it against Bond. And so the ball was picked up by Jamison. Nice dig from her, but the net violation results in a point for Jackson. Senior Lauren Dimmelin back at the service line. She misfires there. More importantly, that takes her out of the front row. We'll see Skibble and Ciara Cho now feature in the front row. Lexi Dollarhide comes in for Dimmelin. She'll play across the back row here and shore up the serve, receive, and defense. She's in serve, receive with Johnson and Pistol. Christina Johnson. Atwood does a nice job of running that around. Skibble over the top, and it's about 6 inches long. So trying to play with that split pin set here out of rotation 5. Jackson's got Olivia Skibble hitting out of the serve receive at the right pin. Ciara Cho at the left pin. Neither one of them have passing responsibilities. There's Johnson again. Cho pushes that ball up over the top, and Turner just didn't quite make the read. Ciara Cho with her second kill of the night. Turner now will make way. The libero McQuarrie back in. As you see, liberos generally taking the place of the middles as they go across the back row. Skibble. Ayat. Perfect pass for Pratt. Outside, Sydney Peterson. Hello, Sydney. Was wondering when we were going to get to call her name for the first time. Talented middle, 6'1" junior here at Glacier Peak. Aaliyah Stratton back into the match, as well as Alyssa Zalda, and she just misses on that one. Stratton will hit from the left pin, it looks like. Zalda will set. Back to serve is Atwood for Jackson. Ayat, Zalda, outside for Peterson. Nice pickup by Skibble, not quite. Sydney Peterson with another kill. Natalie Ayat, we talked about her big jump top spin first time around. Huge weapon. She hammers that one down the line. Ciara Cho does a great job of dealing with that. The set's a little wide for Johnson, and here comes, oh, that was Jamison. What a pickup by Zalda and a double contact by Jamison as she tries to set the low ball. Great cover on her hitter by Alyssa Zalda to pick that ball up off the big block on the outside. Into the front row now comes Dimmelin again. She'll take the place of Dollar Hyde, the senior. Ciara Cho at the service line for the Timberwolves. Nice serve by Cho. McQuarrie puts it back over, and Ava Doney with the easy one just puts it right back down on the floor. Cho serving again. Jamison. Zalda back set for Peterson. Comes off the shoulder of Cho, and it's out of play. Well, she didn't dig it with her face, at least. We've seen that happen way too many times on STSPN.com this year. Official checks to make sure she didn't get hit in the head. Big swing down the line from Peterson. That's impressive. McQuarrie will serve for Peterson. That brings Claire Turner back into the front row. Some service woes here for Glacier Peak midway into set one. They're still holding the big lead that they built, but Jackson chipping away. Ava Doney at the service line, junior middle. Haven't seen a lot of her this year. And McQuarrie steps to the line, and the ball bounces off her leg and out, and she'd like to have that one back. Doney will look to replicate that. She goes right down the line again. McQuarrie with a good pass this time. Quick in the middle for Jamison. Picked up by Ayat off the block. Back, here's Stratton. Stratton through the hands, picked up by Doney. Atwood, back row attack from Ciara Cho is long. Glacier Peak gets the side out. So we see the double sub for Glacier Peak again. Carly Bond comes into the front row. Sierra Pratt, We got Ciara Cho on the Jackson side and Sierra Pratt on the Glacier Peak side. Pardon me for tripping on those. Bond will block and hit on the right side. She's got Jamison with her, and Pratt misses long. Keeping Jackson in this one. Glacier Peak has an opportunity to get some separation here. The Timberwolves working through some very different looking things in their setup and their rotation. Missing their senior setter, Taylor Eastwood. Missing their sophomore outside hitter, Paige Wilson. The lefty shot from Turner is wide. And Jackson working through adversity here. That's going to bring a timeout from Dave Thorne and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. We're going to take a timeout here too on STSPN.com. Christina Johnson back in at the service line here. Jackson has chipped away at this Glacier Peak lead here in set number 1. McQuarrie, the set for the Grizzlies, going wide. Jamison, nice pickup from Johnson, run down by the setter Atwood. Out of the back row, shot over the top from Cho, picked up by Bond. Now outside, here's Lauren Dimmelin. Nice dig from Ayat as that ball comes off the block. Jamison, that ball's up from Johnson. Atwood, back row attack for Pistol, and the libero swinging for the fences. She misses that one, and Glacier Peak gets a much-needed side out. Emily Jamison, senior outside hitter, comes to the service line. Carly Bond, Natalie Ayat, and Claire Turner in the front row for Glacier Peak. Another missed serve. That's going to be the story of this first set if Glacier Peak can't pull it off. Story of this first set, even if they do. Their service game has been not desirable. Here's Ayat off the set. Nice pickup by Jamison. And swing from Bond on the other side, and that's nice work. Nice work from the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Has a big block up against Natalie Ayat. Nice pickup from Emily Jamison, and then the ball goes to the other pin to Carly Bond, and she puts that ball away. Bond, the junior, right side / middle. Peterson back into the front row for the Grizzlies. Pratt, Peterson, the timing's just off. The set was a little high, or the approach was a little fast, one of the two. Olivia Skibble serving for the Jackson Timberwolves. Natalie Ayat with the overfeed. Atwood pounds it off the net. Skibble sends it over. Free ball for Ayat. This one to Sydney Peterson, and she misses. It's been kind of a disjointed first set here. Feels like it's taken forever. Jackson now has clawed away the entire Glacier Peak lead. They had a pretty sizable lead. Carly Bond puts that one on the block. Ciara Cho, nice job turning on the dig, trying to get to it. Well, okay, Lexi Dollarhide's going to put it over. That ball's picked up by Jamison outside. The big power tip from Ayat is stuffed, and then Doney goes up and just puts that one away. And Jackson takes their first lead. I believe it's their first lead, unless they were up at 1-0, but I don't think that's the way it went. Skibble serves to McQuarrie. Bump set from Pratt. Outside for Peterson. Reach over the top, and Dollarhide touches it. Sydney Peterson gets the kill on that one. And Glacier Peak with all the work to do. Zalda and Stratton come back into the match. So you've got Ayat, Stratton, and Peterson in the front row. Alyssa Zalda with Emily Jamison and Mason McQuarrie in the back row. Here's Ciara Cho. Nice high reach over the top, and that's down. And Ciara Cho with that big high reach. She does not hit the ball as hard as other hitters in Wesco 4A, but man, that angle of attack, the way she puts that ball over, it's difficult to read, and she does a really nice job with it. Jamison, that set's really tight. Nice job by Zalda, and it's pounded through, and Pistol has 4 contacts. Peterson hammered it through the block, and the ball was pinballing off of Jackson High School players. Nobody quite sure where it was. Finally, Haley Pistol had to try and put it over the net. Couldn't get it done. Natalie Ayat with a laser down the line. Ciara Cho pops it up, but Lauren Atwood can't handle it, and Ayat gets the ace, her first of the match. A big jump top spin serve. Again, Cho struggling. This one, Ava Doney sets their libero, who just pushes it over to Stratton. Zalda comes back to Jamison, dig by Pistol, run down by Atwood. Nice job with the angle set, and off the block and out for Johnson. That ball was off the block. And then now the down official is calling a touch. The ball came off of the Glacier Peak block, traveled along the length of the net, and landed out of bounds. It was called out by the line judge, was called a touch by the down official. That would indicate that it was touched by a Jackson player after it came off of the block. If it was not touched by a Jackson player after it came off the block and it went out of bounds on this side of the net, the proper signal would be out. both hands up, palms facing back towards you. If it touches the block and goes out on your team's own side of the net, then the proper call is a touch. That's the right hand touching the outstretched left hand. And it is going to be a touch call. Mindy Staudinger doesn't like it. It was a bang-bang play. To be fair, I didn't see it. The second official of that play is happening right in front of him. Christina Johnson wants to know what happened. She says, I hit the ball off the block. It went out. And now the second official being called back over. I have no idea what the protest procedures are in high school volleyball. If Mindy Staudinger would be able to protest that call at this point as a misapplication of the rule. The officiating crew would likely say that it was a judgment call, and it's going to be a replay. So we scrap it, pretend it never happened, and Natalie Ayotte will be serving 21-20 again. Chalk that one up, put that in the back of your mind as we get down towards the end of set number 1 here. I personally think Glacier Peak got a break. I thought the ball was off the block and out. If there was a touch on the Jackson side as the ball was traveling along the net out, then Jackson got a break. Ayotte right at Pistol. Pistol, beautiful pass in the middle. It's Doney. And Ava Doney converts on the side out. Nicely played. And into the front row, you know who, number 10, Lauren Dimmelin. That means Ciara Cho's going back to the service line, the senior outside hitter for Jackson. McQuarrie, the ball's run down by Jamison, but nobody's going to get to it as she just swats it back into the middle of the court. And Cho with the service ace. That's 3 here for the Jackson Timberwolves in set number 1. And Cho misses that one, and we're tied at 22. It's been a real herky-jerky, stop-and-go feeling set here. Lots of substitutions, stoppages. We had the bloody uniform for the Jackson libero, Haley Pistol. We had the controversy on the replay over the block. And a ton of substitutions to go with it. Just both teams still have timeouts left. Here's Aaliyah Stratton. Nice dig from Ciara Cho. Outside Lauren Dimmelin. She's off the net, and Zalda touches it, and she'll get the kill. Dimmelin with her 3rd. So Doney, Cho, and Dimmelin all have 3 kills for Jackson. Sydney Peterson's got 5 for Glacier Peak. Natalie Ayotte, Aaliyah Stratton have 2. Carly Bond has 1 for the Grizzlies on our extremely unofficial stat sheet that I keep while I'm talking to you here. Alyssa Zalda pushes that ball outside for Jamison, and she hammers it off the block and out. Ciara Pratt comes back in to serve and set. Carly Bond back in to hit across the front row. Emily Jamison will be your left pin for this rotation, I believe, until Natalie Ayotte gets into the front row, and that should be when Jamison comes back to serve. Very interesting use of rotation here from Dave Thorne. Olivia Skibble swinging in the middle. Nice job from Jamison and Turner. And Dimmelin, that time it's Bond putting back on her. Johnson off the block, picked up. What a set from Ciara Pratt. What a dig from Lauren Dimmelin. Now the lefty Turner off the hands of Skibble. Pratt for Bond, over the top, no touch detected. Point Jackson. That was one hell of a rally. Jackson serving against all odds here. Really, I thought Glacier Peak was going to walk away with set number 1 as Jackson worked to figure things out. Timeout Glacier Peak, that's their 2nd. Jackson getting ready to serve for the set. You're going to want to be right back here in 30 seconds on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. We told you to be back here in 30 seconds. We're right on time. Christina Johnson, junior right side at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves with a 1-point advantage, serving for set number 1. would be a huge boost for the T-Wolves with all the lineup changes that they've had to come out with the first set here against Glacier Peak. Macy McQuarrie, perfect pass for Sierra Pratt. Carly Bond wants to have something to say about that. She tips it. Lauren Dimmelin. Ciara Cho out of the back row. Nice pickup by McQuarrie. Here's the push outside. Claire Turner. She's blocked. Pick up by McQuarrie. Ball sky hooked over the top. Dig Cho. Here's Dimmelin for the set off this beautiful set from Atwood. Lauren Dimmelin with her 4th kill. And Jackson storms back and in front of a very large traveling contingent steals set number 1 here at the home of the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Hey, not to spoil it for you, but we got ourselves some great volleyball coming up in front of us here. This one's just getting started. Come right back here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network, STSPN.com.
know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. This is the Snohomish Times Sports Network. I'm Matty Bishop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tonight's match between the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and Jackson High School Timberwolves is brought to you by Ace Hardware Lake Stevens, with support from McDaniel's Do-It Center in Snohomish and Fred's Rivertown Ale House. At the end of the match, we will have the Speedway Chevrolet player of the match. What a first set. Jackson looked completely out of sorts early in the match. They're working through a number of lineup changes. They're without their senior setter. It just didn't look good. Did not look good for the Jackson Timberwolves. And then all of a sudden things started to click. Ava Doney got 3 kills. Ciara Cho, the senior outside, had 3 kills. And Lauren Dimmelin hammered one down, not playing from her usual middle blocker position, playing from an outside hitter position, working across the front row, hitting from the left pin. Lauren Atwood, the senior defensive specialist turned setter, delivered a beautiful ball on that last play. Played very, very well. Haley Pistol, their libero, she's a junior as well, contributed hugely. Lexi Dollarhide, Christina Johnson had 2 aces. Fantastic comeback from Jackson. We'll see if they can sustain it now. We're going to learn a lot about Glacier Peak here. They're on a little bit of a slide. They've lost their last 3. They're looking for momentum here against a dinged-up Jackson team tonight, and we're going to learn a little bit about the mental toughness of this Glacier Peak team. I don't see any changes at the start of set number 2. Haley Pistol at the service line. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Lauren Atwood at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Swing from the right side, Natalie Ayotte, dig by Atwood. Here's Ayotte again from the right pin. This time she goes down the line. Ooh, I thought she missed it. But the line judge right on top of it calls it in, and Ayotte gets her 3rd kill of the night. Line judge has a much better view on that one than I do. And it was very close. Ayat with that big jump top spin. We saw it as a weapon down the stretch. Ciara Cho, Atwood, Cho from the right side. She skies one over. That one does miss. Ayat tickles the tape with that one. Beautiful pass from Pistol. This ball's up into the middle for Doney. Picked up by Zalda, but nope, not quite. Ava Doney with her 4th kill of the night. She's been very good in the middle, stepping into the spot usually played by Lauren Dimmelin. Olivia Skibble staying on kind of that second half of the 6-person rotation, coming in rotation 3. And Doney's been very, very good. Zalda pushes that ball up in the middle for Stratton, and Stratton just misses. No touch detected. So that's a funky play there where you've got your outside hitter swinging on the quick middle ball. Jamison gets ace. That ball's sitting in the equipment bag right next to head coach Dave Thorne. Cho with her 2nd ace of the match. Jamison, beautiful pass there. Zalda goes to the right side. Sydney Peterson, Pistol gets under it but can't control it, and Peterson leads all hitters with 6 kills tonight. She goes to the bench. McQuarrie will serve. That means that Claire Turner's into the front row. Claire Turner hits that one on the overfeed right at Ciara Cho. Here's the right side, Johnson. Nice job from Turner and Stratton as they team up for the block. Sorry, that's not Claire Turner. My goodness, I've been blowing that one. Number 12 is Claire Johnson. I don't know who Claire Turner is. Number 12 for Glacier Peak is Claire Johnson. She gets a block assist on that one.
And for the Timberwolves, number 9, Olivia Skibble. Serving.
Back to the service line, Ava Doney for the Jackson Timberwolves. That brings Olivia Skibble into the match. She's up the front with Dimmelin and Johnson. This should be a good front row. Here's Atwood, pushes this ball outside for Dimmelin, and that timing's just not there yet. That's set a little low. And the fast pace to Dimmelin on the outside pin. Something with 2 players playing out of not positions they started the season in. And it's not working quite yet. Into serve and set for the Grizzlies, Sierra Pratt. Carly Bond checks into the front row for them as well. And Pratt service ace as she bounces that one off of Ciara Cho. Wicked serve. A lefty, Pratt hitting that solid angle down the line to the outside shoulder of Cho. Very difficult ball to pass. And that time, very difficult ball to serve. We're a lot of service errors down the stretch for Glacier Peak. They'll need to clean that up here in set number 2. One would think they eliminate 2 or 3 of those service errors from their first set, and it's a pretty easy win, a 25-22-ish type of win, but you can never count on that. Pratt outside, Johnson, Cho, dig from Pistol, free ball sent by Christina Johnson. We've got a Christina Johnson and a Claire Johnson, and there's Carly Bond in the middle. Her 2nd kill of the night. Nice timing between her and Pratt. Good connection there. Emily Jamison steps to the service line. Natalie Ayat into the front row with Bond and Johnson, and a service ace for Jamison. And she misses the 2nd time through. Well, more flow here to this one, at least. Lauren Dimmelin at the service line. Ciara Cho, the setter Atwood, and the junior middle Olivia Skibble in the front row for Jackson. Jamison pops this ball up. Pratt runs it down. Bump set to the outside for Ayat. She misfires wide. Jamison, Pratt, Bond looking for something a little quicker, does a nice job to just keep it up. Johnson sends a bump set. Skibble delivers the free ball. Jamison and McQuarrie battle for that. Ayotte hammers it off the block. Nice pickup from McQuarrie. Here's Bond from the other side, and that's off the block and out. Carly Bond gets another kill, her third of the night. I really like the way that the Glacier Peak moves that ball quickly from pin to pin. You get blocked on one side, the pickup, and immediately the ball's on the other side coming at you. That's very difficult to deal with as a defender. Makes your middle blocker cover a lot of ground. Really impressive stuff from the Grizzlies there. Atwood outside, Ciara Cho reaches over the top, and Claire Johnson can't handle that one. That's 4 kills for Cho. Cho, Doney, and Dimmelin all with 4 kills apiece for Jackson on the extremely unofficial stat sheet. And I know for a fact I missed one in there somewhere. Serve is just out by Skibble. So now our stat sheet is extremely unofficial. Double sub brings Alyssa Zalda into set and serve. Aaliyah Stratton into the front row. She'll hit the left pin. She's in the front row with Ayotte and Peterson as your hitters. Zalda, nice serve. Couldn't tell if it was in or out. She plays it, which is what you do when you don't know. Ayotte hits that ball down the line. Atwood, bump set, leads Cho. She just punches it over the top, and the defense hesitated. Ciara Cho gets her 5th kill of the night. It was a funky read. You're used to seeing it come off a tip or a roll shot off of her. That time she just threw the fist up and punched it. Nobody quite knew what to do with that. Atwood misses long. Natalie Ayotte to the service line for the Grizzlies. Ayotte hammers that ball at Cho. Atwood, a very athletic play to run that down. And then Lexi Dollarhide just sends it over the net, and Glacier Peak can't figure out what to do with it. Dollarhide with her first kill of the night. What a play by Atwood to run that ball down. As that serve literally just bounced off of Ciara Cho. Kind of like that ball bounced off the tape there from Cho's serve. Falling on the wrong side. Mason McQuarrie in. Back to serve. That brings Claire Johnson into the front row. Jamison swings the dig from Atwood. She's a defensive specialist, or at least she started the season as a defensive specialist. Right now she's a setter. Aaliyah Stratton, that ball's picked up by Haley Pistol, and the up ref says no. Haley doesn't really protest it. Stratton gets the kill. It's a bang-bang play, difficult to see. Our official for tonight's match is has worked Pac-12 matches in recent memory. He's a very accomplished official, Mr. John Bryant. Alyssa Zalda pushes that ball outside. Stratton over the top, dig by Cho. Atwood. Dimmelin hammers that ball off the hands right to Ayotte. Zalda back set, and the big swing from Jamison's dug by Johnson. Johnson now will push the ball deep corner. Ayotte keeps it alive. Zalda overfeeds it, and it's Doney who's there to put it down for her 5th kill, and she does it the easy way. I love it when middles do that. 2 hands, nice and easy. Put it where there's no defender. It's an easy kill. They all look the same on the stat sheet, no matter how hard you hit them. Nice play from Ava Doney. She's been very good tonight. She serves down the line at McQuarrie there. Quick in the middle, looking for Johnson. No touch detected. That ball's out of play. And Doney will continue to serve. Jamison, nice pass for Zalda. Quick in the middle, Claire Johnson. Pick up by Cho. Here's out of the right side, Christina Johnson. Now Aaliyah Stratton. A little off with her footwork, but she finds the end line. Nice adjustment from Stratton. She's got 4 tonight. So you could tell she was coming in a little hot, a little faster than she wanted to. The set was behind her. Quick chop step adjustment, and she rolls that ball high over the top and right on the end line. Sierra Pratt's into serve. Carly Bond in the front row for Glacier Peak. Christina Johnson. Atwood, quick, looking for Skibble. That was thrown right back at her by Johnson. Ayotte picks that ball up. Cho takes an elbow in the side of the head from Dimmelin. Johnson with the swing. It's blocked by Jamison, and Johnson covered and then sent out over the end line on the free ball miscue. Ciara Cho looks to be okay. She caught an elbow from Dimmelin as she was sliding in to play that ball. Pratt right after Johnson, the overfeed, knocked right back at Atwood. Johnson with the set, and Dimmelin just fires that one into the net. Glacier Peak opening up a little bit of space here in set number 2. They lost the first set in heartbreaking fashion. Coming back trying to push the issue, take set number 2 here on their home court. Looking to break a 3-match losing streak. Johnson, oh, that ball's nicely picked up by Atwood. It was Jamison and Johnson on the other side, and then Jamison fires out of play, and Jackson gets a much-needed side out. And the way they are covering their hitters has been so big. Really committed. The players are getting down low, reading those blockers' hands, and picking up a lot of blocks that would otherwise fall to the ground. Nice work by the Jackson Timberwolves. This serve deep, out of system set from Ayotte. Tip over the top, and Johnson of the Claire variety gets a kill. Nobody on the Jackson side quite sure what to do with that. That'll bring Emily Jamison back to serve. She's going for the shorty right after Christina Johnson. Atwood, tip over the top by Dimmelin. Dig by the setter Pratt. Out of system set for McQuarrie. Here's Bond, and looking for hands. No touch detected. She missed everything. Lauren Dimmelin back to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. Ciara Cho in the front row. The setter Atwood trying to fire him up, keep him going. They're right in this one. She's got the middle skibble with her as well. Dimmelin misses just long. That has been one big difference here in set number 2. Glacier Peak has cleaned up their serving, not as many service errors. And they have a lead here late in the set that they weren't able to open up this space in set number 1. Claire Johnson. Ball picked up by Lexi Dollarhide. That ball into the middle. Skibble rolls it over the top right at the setter Pratt. Out of system set from the middle Peterson. Ayotte swing right at Dollarhide, and now outside for Cho off the block. Cho picks up her own cover. Johnson sends a free ball. Peterson looking for it back quick. She's going to get it, and that just hasn't been there tonight. Somehow the combination of Pratt and Peterson that was so good last time we saw Glacier Peak play against Monroe has not been there tonight. Into the match to serve for Jackson, number 12. That is Erin Ingram, the 6-foot freshman, I believe. Big swing over the top out of the back row from Jamison. No touch, and it's out. And I am pretty sure that is Erin Ingram coming in wearing number 12. Jamison, Pratt, Bond has to wait for it for a second. Johnson can't handle it. Carly Bond with her 4th kill of the night. Glacier Peak holding on here. Here's the double sub. Zalda comes in to set and serve. Stratton comes into the front row with Ayotte and Peterson. Dollarhide with the perfect pass and a roll to boot. Nice pickup from Natalie Ayotte. Peterson goes up, and net violation called against Peterson. I thought everybody was in the net on that one. Peterson's the one who got called, as it was a very aggressive joust from her. Lauren Atwood at the service line, the setter for Jackson. She's got Cho, Jones, and Doney in the front row with her. Here's Jamison on the out-of-system play. Nice dig from Pistol. That ball's outside for Cho. Pushes it off the block. Ayotte punches it up. Free ball sent from Peterson. Atwood, back set, looking for Johnson. Ayotte again. She's a one-arm wonder tonight. Jamison, roll shot over the top, and it drops for Emily Jamison. Natalie Ayotte has picked up a number of balls, just reaching out and swatting them up in the air. She'll be back at the service line now. Right down the line, right at the setter, Atwood. Johnson tries to just finesse it, and Sydney Peterson and Emily Jamison say absolutely not. That ball's stuffed right back at her. Ayotte looking to serve again. Mindy Staudinger says, hold on a second. Jackson takes a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too. We'll be right back on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. The Grizzlies have themselves a nice little lead here towards the end of set number 2. Jackson came back and stole the first set. Natalie Ayot at the service line, senior outside hitter for the Grizzlies, trying to make sure that does not happen here in set number 2. Coming out of the timeout, she misfires on that big jump top spin. Much needed side out for the Jackson Timberwolves. Senior outside hitter Ciara Cho to the service line. Senior middle turned outside hitter Lauren Dimmelin into the front row for Jackson. She's there with Ava Doney and Christina Johnson. And what a serve from Cho. Service ace right into the corner. I think everybody in the gym thought that ball was going to be out. It dropped a good 6 inches in. Nice work there from the senior Cho. This one, she rainbows. McQuarrie, difficult pass, tipped over by Zalda, picked up by Cho. Here's Dimmelin off the hands and down, and Lauren Dimmelin's got 5 kills on the night. Timeout, Glacier Peak. We're going to stay right here with you for this one. We figure we're going to have about 30 seconds. Want to talk to you real quick about a very important event coming up. Two-time Olympic medalist, U.S. national team setter Courtney Thompson has a foundation called the Give It Back Foundation. You can check them out at giveitbackfoundation.org. They're raising money for the Cantano community in Puerto Rico. This community is where Courtney started her career as a professional for the Lanceros of Cantano. They won the league championship in 2012 with Courtney as their setter. 80% of the homes in this community were wiped out in Hurricane Maria. Courtney Thompson and several of her friends from the U.S. national team are using the Give It Back Foundation to raise money to help this community rebuild. There's going to be a silent auction at Uprising Volleyball in Mukilteo coming up on October 15th. You can catch all the details at uprisingvolleyball.com. Jackson High School right back in this one. Ciara Cho at the service line. Emily Jamison, beautiful pass. Sydney Peterson picked up by Pistol, but she can't handle it. And you got to give Emily Jamison a huge amount of credit for the beautiful, perfect pass coming out of the timeout. And just like Coach Dave Thorne drew it up, a beautiful, beautiful side-out play. Dimmelin with the pass. Right side, Johnson rolls it over the top. Nice dig from the setter, Zalda. Out of system set from Ayot. Stratton fires that one over, dug by Dimmelin. Right back at Dimmelin. She rolls it over the top, dig by Stratton. Okay, somebody else wants to play now. Here's Jamison. She fires that one off, pick up by the setter, Atwood. Out of system set from Pistol. Johnson just punches it over the top. Zalda with a good place to work from. The lefty, Claire Johnson, is blocked by Doney and Dimmelin. And Lauren Dimmelin felt that one. She came down with a fire. So much fun to watch these young athletes compete. The emotion, the hard work that goes into this, the risk reward that happens. Ava Doney, she serves right at Jamison. Perfect pass again from her. Stratton goes high over the top, dig by Atwood. Out of system set, bump set by Johnson. Rolled over the top, right at Ayot by Dimmelin. Tip from Jamison, again picked up by Atwood. Johnson for Doney out of the back row, right at the setter, Zalda. Doug, out of system set, McQuarrie. Stratton over the top, picked up by Doney again. Here's Dimmelin, just reaching, picked up by Claire Johnson. Roll shot out of play as Jamison trying to make something happen there, and she just missed. It was a aggressive shot, and it did not miss by much. Doney continues at the service line, still going after Jamison. Jamison with the swing, and that one's through the block and down. Emily Jamison gets the side out for Glacier Peak as they maintain the advantage. Here comes the double sub. Sierra Pratt and Carly Bond into the match for Glacier Peak. Pratt at the service line. Dimmelin, Skibble, and Atwood in the front row for Jackson. Here's Dimmelin. Oh, nice pickup by Bond, but it's out of play, and Lauren Dimmelin with her 6th kill of the night to knot us at 23. Hey, we've been here before. Set number 1 all over again. Christina Johnson at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Ayat, Pratt. Nice pickup by Pistol off the swing from Claire Johnson. Roll shot over the top by Dimmelin, dug by the setter Pratt. Ayat pushes the aggressive set forward, and Jamison just touches it over and down. Emily Jamison with the kill. Natalie Ayat with about a 30-foot set there. And a timeout called by the Jackson Timberwolves. Glacier Peak serving for set number 2, 24-23. Be back in 30 seconds on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. It's Grizzlies senior outside hitter Emily Jamison at the service line, serving for match number 2. She sends an easy rainbow for Ciara Cho. Here's Lauren Dimmelin, who hammers that one off the hands and down for her 7th kill. I think Emily was trying to go a little shorter with that one. She just misfired, played it a little safe. Dimmelin back to the service line. Senior outside hitter Ciara Cho in the front row, along with the setter Atwood in the middle, junior Olivia Skibble. Beautiful pass from Jamison for Pratt. Here's Ayat, who just kind of chops it off the block and down. Not sure that was what she meant to do, but she gets a kill out of it. Sometimes those are the hardest balls to read. Claire Johnson back to the service line for Glacier Peak. Substitution coming. Nope, too late for that. Johnson serves. Set by Atwood, and a huge block by Peterson, and Bond to end set number 2, 26-24 in favor of the Grizzlies. Told you we had a lot of volleyball coming, and it was going to be good. We'll be right back here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. We're tied at 1 set apiece, and they're about as close as you could be. The first set went to Jackson Timberwolves, 25-23. The second set to the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, 26-24. We're ready for the start of set number 3. I do believe Jackson will be serving. Not 100% sure on that. Forget which side the serve fell on. Taking a quick look at who's on the floor, I don't see any changes for either side. For the Timberwolves, Lauren Dimmelin's got 7 kills. Ava Doney, the junior middle, with 5, and senior outside hitter Ciara Cho with 5. Cho also has 3 aces. Christina Johnson's got a pair. Looking at the Glacier Peak side, well, it's a bit more complicated. Sydney Peterson has got 7 kills. Natalie Ayotte and Aaliyah Stratton both with 4, as does Carly Bond, the lefty, playing right side. Emily Jamison's got 3 on the extremely unofficial stat sheet, and Claire Johnson we've got tabbed for a kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aces on the Glacier Peak side. Zalda gets us started. This is Zalda. Nice serve from her. Good pickup. Macy McQuarrie runs this ball down. Aaliyah Stratton sends a free ball to the Timberwolves. Haley Pistol, Lauren Atwood. Here's Christina Johnson out of the back row, and Zalda can't handle that one. Christina Johnson with the kill for the Jackson Timberwolves. Hitting out of the right side of the back row. In our gym, we call it a D or a C if we squeeze it in a little bit, but a D when it's out at the line. Lauren Atwood at the service line for the Timberwolves. The ball tickles the tape and drops as Jamison couldn't handle it, as Atwood gets a service ace. That's her first score of the night. She is a setter, so she's not going to score a ton of points. She's going to help other people score points. That's her role in the world. Jamison pops this ball up. Zalda outside for Peterson, who misfires into the net. 4 contacts called against the Grizzlies, and Jackson rolling here early in set number 3. We're playing best 3 out of 5. The first 4 will be to 25 points. You must win by 2. If we are tied up at 2 sets apiece after 4 and we need to play a 5th and deciding set, that is to 15, win by 2. That is Sydney Peterson tattooing that ball. Really impressed with the connection between Zalda and Peterson tonight. Natalie Ayotte, jump topspin, nice pass from Haley Pistol. Atwood back behind her for the senior Cho, and Zalda can't pick that one up. Ciara Cho's got 6 kills. That one coming from the right side. We see what was one of the big stories for Jackson early on in the match. Middle hitter Lauren Dimmelin, the senior, coming in playing left pin. Lexi Dollarhide's playing the back row for her. Sophomore outside, playing the back row. Ciara Cho with the serve. Pass by Jamison. Aaliyah Stratton through the middle. We saw that misfire earlier. It's kind of a little quick one in the middle for your outside hitter coming out of that serve receive, and Stratton puts that one off the defender and out. Macy McQuarrie, the libero for Glacier Peak, at the service line. Out of rotation called against Jackson. I was watching the server. I didn't see where they were out of rotation on that one. Should be rotation 3. One would think. No, they're in rotation 2, which is usually the triangle. That's a common one. Your setter pushes. Oh, no, that's not what it is. I think your setter pushes up in the middle. It's actually, they were calling the overlap between Doney and Cho. Service ace for McQuarrie, her second of the match. So the middle, no, it wouldn't be an overlap between, I'm not sure what they called there. Another service ace, this one off a pistol. McQuarrie, 3 service aces all of a sudden on the night, 2 of them in the last 2 serves. And Jackson got off to a hot start, now Glacier Peak making a little run. Pistol misfires again. 3 in a row for Macy McQuarrie. Coach Mindy Staudinger trusting her junior libero to right the ship and get the angle right on this one. McQuarrie goes after her again. She pops that one up in the air. Out of system set from Cho. Dimmelin sends a free ball. Natalie Ayot runs it down. Zalda outside for Aaliyah Stratton. That ball's off the block, picked up by Jamison. Quick in the middle for Claire Johnson. And a nice play, nice connection between Zalda and the left-handed middle Johnson. That can be difficult. That takes a lot of practice to get used to setting that ball across the middle's body to get to their left-handed swing. Nicely done there from Alyssa Zalda. Ball's picked up by Dimmelin. Atwood, right side for Johnson, and she hammers it off the block. Christina Johnson, 2 kills and 2 aces on the night unofficially. Brings Ava Doney back to the service line. Olivia Skibble into the middle. She's there with Dimmelin and Johnson in the front row for Jackson, and Doney misfires long on that one. Double sub for the Grizzlies now. Carly Bond into the front row. Sierra Pratt into serve and set in the back row.
Into the Grizzlies, number 8, Carly Bond. Serving, number 9, Sierra Pratt.
Pratt serving at Johnson, Pistol, and Cho. And that one's a service ace for Pratt right into the seam between Pistol and Cho, and all of a sudden the serve receive for Jackson is extremely suspect here in set number 3. It's been pretty good through the course of the night. It has been an Achilles for them early in this season. Pistol run down by Atwood. Out of the back row, Johnson rolls it up over the top, dug by the setter Pratt. Out of system set for McQuarrie. Here's Bond. She got her fingers under it, and it drops. Carly Bond wasn't exactly how she imagined it, but it finds the floor, and that's what you look for, and that leads to a timeout by the Jackson Timberwolves. Glacier Peak on a run here early in set 3. We'll be right back on STSPN.com.
Your American dream is out there, so go get it. Dreams don't come easy. They're gonna make you work for it. So put on your work boots, fire up your laptop, pour yourself a cup of coffee, because there's gonna be some late nights. American Family Insurance is your American dream insurance. We protect your home, your car, your business, and the most valuable thing you will ever own. Your dream is out there. Go get it. We'll protect it.
Welcome back. Senior setter, the lefty, Sierra Pratt at the service line for Glacier Peak. Haley Pistol overfeeds this one, and that's hammered to the ground by Claire Johnson. Like shooting fish in a barrel right now for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. As Jackson finally makes a shift as they push Pistol back to cover the end line. They bring Ciara Cho into the middle of the court, and just the shift alone sometimes is enough to disrupt the thought pattern of the server on the other side and get you the side out that you so desperately need. Christina Johnson at the service line for Jackson now. Atwood, Dimmelin, and Skibble in the front row for the Timberwolves. McQuarrie, Pratt, she goes back to Carly Bond, off the block and then picked up again by Bond, and there's Claire Johnson. Whole lot of lefties on the Glacier Peak team, 3 of them on the floor right now. In Bond, Claire Johnson, and Sierra Pratt. Emily Jamison at the service line. Haley Pistol, out of system set from Skibble. Dimmelin just pounds it off the hands. Nice pickup by Pratt. Out of system set by McQuarrie for Ayot. She cuts it. Oh, she cut that ball beautifully across court. Big arm swing, turn the wrist and just cut through the side of the ball. Sweet little wrist away cutty. It's a beach play. Short serve from Jamison to Skibble. Outside for Dimlin, picked up by Jamison. Pratt pumps that one outside for Ayotte, and she hammers it off a pistol and down. Natalie Ayotte's got 6 kills on the night. Jackson looking for answers over here. They were so good through the first 2 sets, despite the adversity, despite the position changes. Sierra Cho, there's a good pass. Johnson out of the back row. Dig by Pratt. Bump set McQuarrie. Bond off of Johnson, keeping it alive. There's Claire Johnson to Christina Johnson. Outside now for Lauren Dimmelin. That ball is picked up by Cho off the block from Claire Johnson and Carly Bond. That's a nice dig from Ayotte. Out of the back row now Jamison lines it up. Picked up by Johnson. Outside, here's Dimmelin. She fires it through. Another dig from Jamison. Outside, here's Ayotte. Power tip over the top. Skibble with 1 touch, then the dig. McQuarrie picks that ball up. Again, Ayotte. This time she goes high over the top through the hands of Cho, but kept alive by pistol. Free ball sent from Dimmelin. Claire Johnson, Sierra Pratt, Carly Bond. Nice pickup from Sierra Cho. Out the back row, here's Johnson. She sends it across right to the center. Pratt. Run down bump set from McQuarrie. Over the top from Bond. Johnson. Atwood going to the back row for Sierra Cho. Picked up by Jamison. The overfeed's played up by Atwood and out. Oh my gosh. Say that 10 times fast. What a rally. And Emily Jamison at the end of the day with the bump kill will continue to serve for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. She goes short to Johnson. Atwood quick in the middle for Skibble. She misfires. Jackson's woes continue. Glacier Peak cruising here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Last match of the first half of the Wesco 4A season. Jamison misfires on that one, trying to go short again. But the damage has been done. Jackson High School has a lot of work to do just to salvage some confidence here in this set number 3. Glacier Peak firing on all cylinders right now. Dimmelin at the line to Jamison. That ball's back, and that ball's hammered off the block by Claire Johnson. She's got 4 kills on the night. Sydney Goen checks into the match now. She takes the place of Johnson, so now we've got, well, we just traded lefty for lefty, so we still got 3 lefties on the floor, but Sydney Goen is now one of them. She's in to serve and play defense, and she just misses on that one. So difficult when your first contact of the match is a serve. 3 sets in. Coming into the match to serve for Jackson in place of Olivia Skibble is going to be I believe she's a freshman, Erin Ingram. And Turner's back in for Goen, and then the libero sub brings McQuarrie in. Ingram back to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. Service ace from the freshman Ingram. Let me double check that she's a freshman. Hold on. She's on the JV team. Another tough serve. Sydney Peterson punches it over. Dig Atwood. Christina Johnson pushes it outside for Cho. Pratt picks that one up. Out of system set McQuarrie. Ayotte misfires into the net. And just to make sure, Erin Ingram is listed as a 6-foot freshman. She will continue to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. So Glacier Peak put together a huge run. Nothing says Jackson can't also. It's been one of those kind of matches tonight. And that's, Sierra Pratt backs into the net trying to keep that ball alive. It was a nice dig. Ava Doney went down and just hammered it down. And it was dug up, but Pratt was in the net. Timeout from Dave Thorne, and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies will be right back on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. It's the freshman Aaron Ingram at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. They've dug themselves a big hole that they're in the process of trying to climb out of here in set number 3. We're tied up at 1 set apiece in this Wesco 4A match. There's Sydney Peterson. Ingram manages to push the ball up. It's a lift call, and Peterson's got her 9th kill of the night. That brings about the double sub for Glacier Peak. Alyssa Zalda into serve and set. Aaliyah Stratton into the front row for the Grizzlies. Nice serve from Zalda. Pass from Pistol outside. Ciara Cho pushes that ball down the line, and Jamison just didn't see it quite quickly enough. Or they didn't split the court, or Zalda left early. One of the two. Cho gets the kill, one of the 3. Atwood at the service line, senior setter for Jackson. McQuarrie pops this ball up, run down by Zalda. Out of the back row, Jamison misfires over the top, and Jackson once again clawing their way back into this one. Lauren Atwood started the season as a defensive specialist, played a couple rotations for Jackson as needed, did a very nice job. She was key for them last year as a DS as well. That kill from Peterson and some oohs and ahs from the Jackson supporters as they thought that set may have been a double contact. It came out with quite a bit of spin, but spin is not necessarily indicative of double contact. Natalie Ayotte, jump top spin serve, nicely dealt with by Haley Pistol, pushed hard across by the setter Atwood. Aaliyah Stratton just keeps that ball alive, and a free ball by McQuarrie, a smart one right at the setter. Coming back at you. Here's the ball to Zalda. Out of system set for McQuarrie. Now the swing right at Atwood. Johnson outside for Cho, and she hammers that one down. Ciara Cho's got 8 kills on the night. They needed her to step up with Paige Wilson out of the lineup, and she has done just that. She's got 8. Lauren Demelin, who just checked into the front row, has 7. She's usually a middle. She's playing the left pin tonight. Oh, Ciara Cho, hello. Serves that ball right off the tape, right to the setter. Aaliyah Stratton misfires. That was a sweet little serve from the senior, Cho. Johnson, Demelin, and Doney in the front row right now for Jackson. McQuarrie with the pass for Glacier Peak into the middle. That's off the hands. Jamison, nice pickup by Peterson, and Ayotte sends a down ball. Dealt with by Pistol. Quick in the middle for Doney. Stratton digs it. Back over Doney. There's Peterson with the block. Picked up and down the line. No touch detected. That's out of play. Point Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Solid net play from both Sydney Peterson and Ava Doney there. McQuarrie at the service line, the libero for Glacier Peak. She goes right after Haley Pistol and brings a net violation from Atwood as that ball's way too tight. And the Jackson bench wants to say that Claire Johnson came over the net to contact the ball, but I think the net violation happened well before any of that business. Here's McQuarrie serving again. This time she goes right at Lauren Demelin. Bump set for Demelin on the outside. McQuarrie with the dig, quick in the middle. The lefty, that's a difficult angle for the lefty Johnson to hit. As that ball is set from 8 feet off the net and just zapped over in front of her. And a tough one to deal with for sure. She misfires, hits it out. Ava Doney at the service line. She stepped in and been impressive tonight, junior middle. I haven't seen a ton of her playing this year. She is a very good player. Ball hammered off the hands by Claire Johnson. Demelin digs it. Demelin gets a swing, and she goes right down the line. It's Zalda, and Lauren Demelin now has 8 kills on the night. Doney will continue to serve. Glacier Peak has Johnson, Stratton, and I believe Jamison in the front row, and some confusion leads to Glacier Peak's second time out of the match. You don't want to give away a point when you've got this little lead. You don't want to give away momentum on an out-of-rotation play. I don't think we're going to have time to take a timeout, so we're just going to stay right here and thank our sponsors. So what we need while we thank our sponsors is we need you to make a plan and go thank our sponsors too. If you like watching volleyball here. Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens is our presenting sponsor. We've got support from Fred's Rivertown Ale House and McDaniel's Do-It Center. And of course, every night after every match, we do the Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match. I'm Matty Bishop. My services are brought to you by Uprising Volleyball in Mukilteo. Indoor volleyball facility with 1 hard court, 1 beach court. Club tryouts are coming up. We've got 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, and 18s teams coming this year. Check it out at uprisingvolleyball.com. More information than you ever need. Ava Doney at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. It has been scrappy all the way around. Fun volleyball. We are only in set 3, and it is 8:30 already. We are going to be here forever. I like it. Doney right to Jamison. Good pass from Jamison. Zalda struggles a little. Skibble sends that one over. Nice dig from Stratton. Jamison off the hands and down on the Glacier Peak side. And it's going to go down as a combined block for Skibble and Johnson. And Doney misfires on the serve there. Glacier Peak trying to finish out set number 3. We're tied at 1 apiece. Sierra Pratt and Carly Bond into the match for the Grizzlies. Pratt serving and setting. She's in the back row with McQuarrie and Ayat. That serve off the tape for a service ace, her 3rd of the match. And calls it out, but Pistol plays it anyway. I think it might have been the right play. She sends a free ball now, picked up by Ayat. Pratt, the lefty. Bond fires that ball through the block. Carly Bond with 6 kills. Well-distributed offense for Glacier Peak. That's going to bring a timeout for the Timberwolves. Glacier Peak serving for set number 3 when we come back in 30 seconds on STSPN.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back inside. It's senior setter Sierra Pratt at the service line for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, and she was serving for the win in set number 3. She misfires just long. Jackson has a lot of work to do as it's still set point. Christina Johnson at the service line, junior right side for the Timberwolves. Gee, we've seen her do damage from the service line. Emily Harrison puts that ball up, and that's so interesting. So Sierra Pratt is up to set the ball. It goes off of the blocker's hands. Sierra Pratt's a back row player. That's an illegal back row attack. Glacier Peak wanted the penetration call against the Jackson block. Doesn't get it. McQuarrie with the pass. Pratt well off the net that time. That ball's hammered off the tape, and that's 4 contacts as it did not get into the hands of the blocker. Claire Johnson with the swing on that one, and here's Christina Johnson whittling away. All the timeouts have been used. The only stoppages we can have are substitutions, and there can't be many of those left. They are limited in quantity, and we've used a lot of them. Carly Bond hammers that one down, and Glacier Peak 25-21 takes set number 3. We'll be back in just a few moments with set number 4 on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. Tonight's Wesco 4A matchup is brought to you by Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, with support from McDaniel's Dewart Center and Fred's Rivertown Ale House. And of course, at the end of the match, we'll have the Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match. I'm Matty Bishop. My services are brought to you by Uprising Volleyball in Mukilteo. Check us out at uprisingvolleyball.com. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies are up 2-1 over the Jackson Timberwolves. It has been a battle, to say the least. Two fairly evenly matched teams, incredible efforts on both sides. Super scrappy. We're ready for the start of set number 4. Jackson will be serving from left to right. Senior setter Lauren Atwood is at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. In the front row, she's got junior right side Christina Johnson, junior middle Ava Doney, and senior outside hitter Ciara Cho. Service ace for Atwood right out of the gate. That's her second ace of the night. Glacier Peak with Alyssa Zalda as their setter. Natalie Ayat is their front row outside hitter. Macy McQuarrie is their libero. Emily Jamison is their other outside hitter. Aaliyah Stratton's their right side. And Sydney Peterson is the big middle for the Grizzlies. Natalie Ayat will step back to the service line. Jump top spin, expected to come right down the line. Lauren Atwood's going to have to watch her head here. Well, she just sits it right at that setter. That's so effective. Salda pushes that ball outside. Stratton cuts and gets the line. Aaliyah Stratton with just enough top spin on that to get it down. That's her 6th kill of the night. And so that overlap, that setter's moving around your right side passer. Ayat does such a nice job of sizzling that ball down the line. She's forced the setter to pass it several times now. Here's Johnson with a big reach. Nice dig from Ayat. Zalda, right side Jamison. That ball's cut over the top. Picked up by Christina Johnson. She'll get a swing right at Zalda. Macy McQuarrie runs that one down. Jamison again. This ball over the top for the libero pistol. Atwood outside Ciara Cho. Dug by McQuarrie. Outside for Aaliyah Stratton. Nice dig from Lexi Dollarhide. Here's Ciara Cho. Big push down the line. Picked up by Salda. McQuarrie runs that down, bump set for Jamison again, and she pounds it off the hands of Atwood. Emily Jamison with 5 kills on the night. An incredibly balanced performance out of Glacier Peak so far here early in set number 4. Natalie Ayat, jump top spin again. She goes cross court this time. Dollarhide does a nice job with it. Here's Ciara Cho. Nice pickup by McQuarrie. Salda, back row attack from Ayat. That one's picked up by Dollarhide again. Atwood's on it. Here's Johnson. Somebody's in the net. Everybody's in the net. Nobody's in the net. That ball's out of play, and it's a Jackson ball anyway. Well, we had 2 Glacier Peak players hanging out in the net over there. No call. Eventually the ball goes out, and Jackson, Ciara Cho will come back to serve. Middle outside hitter, or senior outside hitter / middle, Lauren Dimmelin checks into the front row for the Timberwolves. Here's Sydney Peterson dropping the hammer. She leads all hitters with 11 kills on the night. She'll side out and then go to the bench as Macy McQuarrie steps back to serve. That brings Claire Johnson into the front row as the other middle. And this free ball sent in. The ball drops right on the line. The libero McQuarrie was there with it. An incredible rundown by the senior Ciara Cho. I usually don't give bump kills, but we're going to give that one. That was amazing. McQuarrie was right there with it. No reason. Her foot was on the line, and it dropped right next to her. Ava Doney with the serve now for Jackson. Jamison pops this ball high on the outside, looking for Claire Johnson. That ball's into the net, and Jackson ties it up. Junior middle, Ava Doney serving for the T-Wolves. Olivia Skibble into the front row, along with Johnson and Dimmelin. And there's a service ace. Jamison lets that one go. It falls a full 6 inches in, and Glacier Peak calls an early timeout. As Doney with her first ace of the night. We're going to take an early timeout too here on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. It's Ava Doney at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. She's on a little bit of a roll early here in set number 4. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies lead 2-1. They're trying to wrap it up here tonight. Service ace from Doney, her second in this service run, her second of the night. Jackson Timberwolves trying to force a set number 5. Jackson with a 4-2 record on the season. This is the halfway point. After tonight will be the halfway point in the season. Glacier Peak at 3-3. Both teams trying to keep pace with Kamiak, who's at 5-1. Lake Stevens, who's at 6-0. Sierra Pratt and Carly Bond check into the match for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. The senior, Pratt, will serve and set. She goes right at Christina Johnson. Atwood, back row Cho, nice pickup by Ayat. Pushed outside by Pratt and a miss. Touch, no touch detected. That ball's out of play. Jamison looking for the touch. It wasn't there. It could have been there, but nobody else saw it. I thought maybe, but nobody else saw it, so it apparently didn't happen. Christina Johnson, junior right side for the Jackson Timberwolves. Nice serve from her. Nice pickup from McQuarrie. Here's Claire Johnson. That ball's off the tape. No touch from the blockers. 4 contacts called against the Grizzlies. Johnson will serve again. She's got 2 aces. Couple kills to go with it. Misfires on that one as she tries to go aggressive down the line at Jamison. Emily Jamison comes back to the service line for Glacier Peak. She's got an ace to go with 5 kills. Pistol, Atwood, Dimmelin, and hammers that ball down off the defender. Lauren Dimmelin with her 9th kill of the night. Her and Ciara Cho, the 2 seniors, carrying the offensive load for Jackson. Both have 9 kills each. Ava Doney, the junior middle, has 5. Lexi Dollarhide with a kill and Christina Johnson with 2, all on our extremely unofficial stat sheet. Ciara Cho pushes that ball back at Turner. Roll shot over the top from Ayat. Picked up. Here's Skibble, Olivia Skibble. Ball's kept in play. Back row swing from Jamison. Nice dig from Christina Johnson. Push outside for Ciara Cho. The big reach. Nice dig from Jamison. Push outside. Here's Natalie Ayat off the hands. Pistol contains. Skibble goes up and just punches it over. Out of system set from McQuarrie now. Ayat with her left hand. Dig from the middle. Skibble into the back row for Johnson. Nice set. The swing right at the setter. Pratt, who digs. Here's Claire Johnson. Pistol with the tomahawk. Back over. Picked up by Ayat. Into the middle, quick, Carly Bond, and she's blocked by Ciara Cho and Olivia Skibble. Nice rally there. Jackson with the momentum here early in set number 4. This has been a back and forth affair these last 2 sets. Jamison, perfect pass for Pratt, outside for Ayat, and she hammers that one off the hands and down. Natalie Ayat's got 7 kills on the night. Sydney Goins going to check into the match for Claire Johnson. Sydney will serve and play some defense for the Grizzlies. Haley Pistol, Atwood, Ciara Cho. High reach picked up by Jamison. Out of system set by Ayat. Down ball sent by Pratt and return to sender. That's Olivia Skibble. Says, I don't think so. And Jackson gets the point out of that one. Erin Ingram into the match to serve for the Timberwolves. Ingram with the service ace, her second of the night. So we saw a point in set number 2 where Jackson just could not get anything going. And Glacier Peak starting to get that same sort of feeling Head coach Dave Thorne makes a substitution. He brings in junior outside hitter Christina Argue into the match, number 23, in place of Emily Jamison. Try and shore up some of that serve-receive passing. Here's Erin Ingram again for the Timberwolves. Goes right after the new kid. Run down by Pratt. Bond sends it over the top, and Ingram doesn't get the dig. Carly Bond with her 7th kill of the night. Here's the double sub for Glacier Peak. Taking a look at their stat sheet, very impressive. Peterson with 11, Bond and Ayat both with 7, Stratton with 6, Jamison with 5, and Johnson with 4. Those are the unofficial kill numbers on the night. That is an extremely balanced offense. Nice pickup by Argue. Zalda on the jump set. Peterson pounds it off the block of Doney. Ciara Cho there to make sure that it doesn't come back. She doesn't touch it. As Dave Thorne is saying, she can't touch that ball if it's coming down to play. One of two things happened. Either she didn't touch it or the official deemed that there was no player there to make a play. Lauren Atwood at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Atwood goes after Argue. She pops that ball up, and it's a miscommunication between Stratton and Zalda there. And Lauren Atwood and the Jackson Timberwolves get an easy point. And a timeout for Glacier Peak. That is, I believe, the second of the 4th set already for the Timberwolves, or for the Grizzlies. We're going to take a timeout, too, here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back inside Jackson High School, Glacier Peak High School. I don't even know where I am anymore. We've been here so long. Glacier Peak High School, where the Jackson Timberwolves are on a roll here in set number 4, trying to force a 5th and deciding set. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies, where the home team lead 2-1. There's Sydney Peterson for the Grizzlies. She hammers down. She's got a dozen on the night now. So powerful. So fun to watch her play. Just so much power in her game. Natalie Ayat at the service line. Watch the head of Lauren Atwood, the setter here on this jump topspin. Instead, she goes after the libero pistol. Perfect pass from Haley. Ciara Cho drops the hammer. You could hear the thump in that one. She's getting double digits. She's got 10 kills on the night. What a swing by Cho. Every once in a while, I make a comment that she doesn't hit the ball as hard as other hitters in Wesco 4A, and every once in a while, she goes up just to prove me wrong that she is extremely capable of doing that. That was one of those big swings that that we don't see often enough out of Ciara, but she is extremely effective. Of course, I say nice things about her, and then she misses her serve. That's just the curse of the commentator. Macy McQuarrie will come back to serve for the Grizzlies. Claire Johnson into the match, into the front row, and ball's hit, out of play, point Grizzlies. The Jackson players looking for a touch off the swing from Dimmelin. I didn't see it, neither did the officials. McQuarrie continues at the service line. Pistol pops this one up, it's run down. Nice hands from Atwood. Johnson with the swing, digs Zalda. Out of system bump set from McQuarrie. And Jamison back into the front row. She fires over the top and misses. Emily Jamison, perhaps his serve receive has gotten into her head a little bit. She's not been herself. We saw a lot of pop out of her early. Setter will look to get her a couple easy swings just to open up and get some confidence going. Here's Ava Doney at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Goes right at Jamison. Perfect pass for her. That'll get your confidence going. Claire Johnson with the big left-handed swing. Skibble punches it through. Stratton digs it outside. Here's Jamison. That's that easy swing that they're looking for. Emily Jamison with her 6th of the night. She'll feel better after a good pass there and a good kill. Pratt and Bond check back into the match for the Grizzlies. Haley Pistol. Ciara Cho running down another ball. She's known for that, apparently. Christina Johnson sends this free ball over, dealt with by Ayat. Here's Carly Bond off the block. Nope, not off the block, off the tape, and 4 contacts is the call, as that ball doesn't get up high enough to get into the hands of the blockers.
Serving for the Timberwolves, number 8, Christina Johnson.
Christina Johnson at the service line. Jamison with another big swing over the top. Emily Jamison with 7 now. And Glacier Peak starting to whittle away at the Jackson lead here. Jamison back to the service line. Ayat, Claire Johnson, and Carly Bond in the front row. Sierra Pratt's your setter for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Ciara Cho, Haley Pistol sends a free ball. McQuarrie, Pratt outside for Ayat. Big approach, and then she just spatched it. She got under it and didn't get that wrist up over top. She hit the ball hard with her wrist bent backwards still. Hand under the ball. She spatched it. Thanks to Derek Stratton for that terminology. Macy McQuarrie pushed outside. There's a little cut shot from Ayat, and that ball's deemed to be down. Nice job from Natalie Ayat with that sick little wrist away cutty. Second time we've seen it tonight. It's slightly ridiculous. I love it. We mentioned she was a Seaside champion as a U14 playing with Bailey Nelson, who's a senior this year as well, but she's moved to Huntington Beach, California, where she's doing great things for Huntington Beach High School. Ciara Cho with the big swing. The ball's kept alive. Again, good cover. And again, Sydney Peterson with a kill. I'm really impressed with how well Jackson has covered their hitters tonight. Lots of big blocks getting up from the Glacier Peak side, and Jackson really picking that ball up. Oh, somebody lost a contact. And it looks like Haley Pistol lost a contact. Oh, we found a contact. That's fortunate. Now we're going to pick the contact up, spit on it, put it back in your eye. Yes, no? Haley Pistol's off to go get another contact or put some saline solution on that contact. We'll see if the officials decide that's a, we'll see what the officials decide here. It's going to be a timeout Jackson, or will it be an officials timeout? A uniform, a contact's part of the uniform? No, and so it's just a libero switch. The middle Ava Doney goes back in. And Haley Pistol won't be available until she can get her contact back in her head. Doney's going to be part of the serve-receive. Here's Sydney Goen serving for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Nice pass from Lexi Dollarhide. Outside, the power tip from Ciara Cho. And it is Glacier Peak ball as it's off the block and in. So that's going to be Carly Bond and Sydney Peterson getting credit for the block on that one. Going, continues to serve. The lefty. Nice pass, Olivia Skibble. That ball dug by Jamison, and Ciara Cho saw the desperation play from Carly Bond and just put up her hands and said, no, thank you. She gets a stuffed block. She puts that ball back down, looking, and Pistol not back yet. Still no libero. Ava Doney goes to the front row now. Erin Ingram in to serve in place of Olivia Skibble. Here comes Pistol running down the sideline. We should get her back as soon as we lose this serve, I would imagine. Ava Doney, Ciara Cho over the top. Nice dig, Macy McQuarrie. Sierra Pratt pushes that ball outside. Ayat chops it down the line. Pick up by Christina Johnson. Free ball sent by Ciara Cho way wide. Natalie Ayat has such a full range of shots as that one, she goes up hard cross court and just chops it down the line. Keeps the other team out of system. It may not always score points, but when you combine it with that big whippy arm swing she's got, all that power, and then she starts chopping the ball all over the place, it's a nightmare for a defensive squad. Free ball sent by Johnson. Ciara Cho tries to put it down. It's right off of Ayat. Dig by Johnson off the swing by Stratton. Out of the back row, Christina Johnson. Picked up by Jamison. Salter runs it down. Here's Stratton again. Stratton with the cutty. That's picked up by Cho, and that's a double by Atwood. So a pair of very accomplished beach players on the court as the pin hitters right now for Glacier Peak, and you're seeing their their repertoire on display. We're going to see a timeout from the Jackson Timberwolves. We're going to take a timeout too on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. Talked about Natalie Ayat and Aaliyah Stratton, all these shots they're pulling out. If you want to know where you can play beach volleyball year-round, check out uprisingvolleyball.com. I know a guy. He can help you out. Alyssa Zalda's at the service line for the Grizzlies. Jackson had all the momentum early in set number 4. Glacier Peak's clawed their way back into it, and they're going to try and put it away. And that ball is down and in. And so Lexi Dollarhide, twice now, has just come up with some magic. Not exactly sure where it's come from, but it's just been magic. When you're aggressive, good things happen. Lauren Atwood at the service line for the Timberwolves. McQuarrie, out of system set from Johnson, just swung over the top by Jamison, and nobody runs it down. The setter Atwood dug it. Jamison's going to get the kill. Well, Lexi Dollarhide stayed aggressive and good things happen. Emily Jamison stays aggressive and good things happen. Natalie Ayat at the service line for the Grizzlies. Sierra Cho does a decent job of dealing with that. Bump set outside for Skibble. Dig by Ayat. Zalda. Stratton. Stratton high roll shot over the top. Dig by Pistol. Here's Cho again. She pushes that one down the line. Dig by the setter Zalda. McQuarrie. Jamison on the out of system play. Pistol. Big overfeed. Great job by Atwood to keep it up. Free ball sent by Pistol. McQuarrie, tip out of the middle from Peterson. Here's Atwood off the dig by Cho. Johnson just fires wide. Nice rally. A couple really nice plays there. Whew. Set number 4. Glacier Peak up 2-1. Natalie Ayat is your server, and she's just long. The line judge missed it. The up ref had it. It was long, about 6 inches. That was fair call. Dave Thorne doesn't like it. He's sending the captain to ask. The line judge or the up ref immediately tapped his chest, said, "My call. That ball's out." The ball was out. Was out by 6 inches. She didn't see it. She missed the call. The up official has the ability to overrule her. Nice pickup from Natalie Ayat on the swing by Christina Johnson. Roll shot over the top from Stratton. Little bit of a pinball pickup, and it turns into a swing for Dimmelin. There's Doney. Out of system set for McQuarrie after the dig by Zalda. Cut right at Cho by Stratton. Outside a little low for Dimmelin. Zalda gets in and picks it up, and it drops on the Glacier Peak side. And Jackson opens up a 2-point lead, trying to force a 5th and deciding set. The senior Ciara Cho at the service line. She goes short. Aaliyah Stratton all over it. Here's Sydney Peterson. Oh my gosh, they almost picked it up. It came off of Pistol, bounced off of Atwood, but they couldn't get another contact. Peterson gets a kill. She's got 14. Macy McQuarrie at the service line for Glacier Peak. We have had a whole lot of fun here at Glacier Peak High School tonight. McQuarrie, aggressive after Dimmelin. Atwood, what a job just to get the hands together. That's 4 contacts as that ball did not clear the net. Cho thought there was a touch. I didn't see that ball. Looked to be well below the height of the tape when it hit the net. No touch from the blocker. Macy McQuarrie continues to serve for the Grizzlies. She misfires. Someone on the Jackson side, one of the coaches on the Jackson side, I'm sure, just whispered in another coach's ear, the ball never lies. That's what you say when that happens, when you don't agree with a call, and then the ball goes out on the next play. The ball never lies. Ava Doney at the service line for the Timberwolves. She goes right after Emily Jamison. Good pass from her. Zalda sets. Back set for Stratton, and Stratton converts on the right side. She's got 7 on the night now. That brings the double sub for Glacier Peak. Pratt's into the match to serve and set. Sierra Pratt, the senior left-handed setter. Carly Bond, the lefty, is a junior, I believe. Yep, Carly's a junior. She'll play on the right side. Haley Pistol, beautiful pass from Lauren Atwood. Olivia Skibble chucks it through the block right at the setter, Pratt. Here's Bond. Roll shot over the top, dug by Atwood. Out of system set from Pistol. Swing from Johnson right at McQuarrie. Here's Jamison dropping the hammer. Emily Jamison was a little suspect early. She got her confidence back in a big way and has made a huge impact here in set number 4. Jackson calls timeout. Glacier Peak serving for the match. When we get back here on STSPN.com, you got 30 seconds, people.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. It has been incredible. Glacier Peak serving for the set. They say thank you to our presenting sponsor, Ace Hardware Lake Stevens, for making all this fun possible tonight. Sierra Pratt at the service line. All the timeouts have been used. Glacier Peak serving for the match. Jackson trying to force a fifth and deciding set. Ciara Cho. Run down by Laura Atwood. Right side, Christina Johnson. Off the block and down. And Johnson with the off-speed swing. Had it gotten blocked, you would have faulted her for playing it a little safe, but it was just what the doctor ordered. She gets the kill on the perfect side out for the Jackson Timberwolves. She'll go back to serve now. Atwood, Dimmelin, and Bond in the front row. McQuarrie, Pratt, to the lefty, Claire Johnson. Nice pickup from Cho. Here's Lauren Dimmelin. Nice pickup from Natalie Ayotte, but the Grizzlies can't run it down. And Jackson will serve for the set, trying to force a set number 5. Christina Johnson, junior, right side at the service line. Lauren Atwood's your setter. She's in the front row. Olivia Skibble's your middle. Usually your other middle. Lauren Dimmelin is actually hitting on the left pin right now. Glacier Peak looking to side out. Natalie Ayotte. Run down by Sierra Pratt. Jamison turns, hammers the ball off the block. It's picked up by Atwood. Pistol. Here's Johnson. Roll shot right at McQuarrie. Pratt goes outside. Bond, the lefty. Picked up by Dimmelin. Out of the back row. Here comes Ciara Cho. Oh, what a pickup from Carly Bond. Dig by Johnson. Cho again. This one right at McQuarrie. Pratt. Right side, and Jamison, pardon me. Pratt sends it. Picked up by Johnson. Perfect pass. Dimmelin tips it over the top. Nice read from Sierra Pratt. McQuarrie. Here's Bond, the lefty again, and she puts it down. And Glacier Peak ties it up. And Carly Bond with the dig of the match, hands down. And the most important kill that Glacier Peak has had all night so far. What a play from the junior left-handed right side, Carly Bond. Emily Jamison. She goes right at Pistol. Run down by Atwood out of the back row. Christina Johnson hammers that one through. She gets another kill. She's been huge here in set 4. Quiet start for her, but she has been excellent as the match has gone on. We're playing bonus volleyball here in set 4. Senior middle Lauren Dimmelin, who's playing the left pin tonight, at the service line for Jackson, the shorty. Picked up by McQuarrie. Nice job running it down. Jump pivot from Pratt. Down the line from Ayotte. Good dig from Johnson. Bond recognizes and digs it, but it drops. And Jackson, 27-25. This has been about as close as it gets. We're going to 5, people. If you're not having fun yet, you're going to have a lot of fun. We're coming back with a race to 15 here on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. We've got set 5 coming up. It's a race to 15. You must win by 2. It has been an incredibly even match tonight between the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and Jackson Timberwolves. Jackson sitting at a 4-2 record on the season, trying to keep pace with Kamiak and Lake Stevens, who are sitting above them in the standings. Glacier Peak trying to get up there and get above 500 as we get to the halfway point on the Wesco 4A season. I'm Matty Bishop. This is STSPN.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's Lauren Atwood at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves, serving from left to right. Alyssa Zalda with the beautiful set for Sydney Peterson. Hammers that ball off the block and out. Peterson, the big middle for Glacier Peak, has got 15 kills on the night. Natalie Ayat at the service line with her jump top spin going right down the line. Ciara Cho, the senior for Jackson, does a nice job of dealing with that, and Christina Johnson misses just over the top. That ball was out. Ciara Cho didn't think so, but she was a long way away looking at it from a funky angle. Nice job by the line judge. Coming right at Haley Pistol. Nice job of her dealing with that. Here's Ciara Cho. She misfires into the net. 4 contacts called. And on the big hammer serve of Natalie Ayat, the Grizzlies stretching out to a quick lead here in set number 5. Grizzlies have been on a 3-match losing streak. Last time we saw them here was that ball picked up by Peterson, but no recognition by the back row players, and it drops, and Jackson gets a pretty easy side out there. Ciara Cho to the service line partner to finish that thought. Last time Glacier Peak beat Monroe in 5 sets here. That was, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Aaliyah Stratton with the swing right at the libero pistol. Ciara Cho with a great touch, but Stratton's going to get the kill. She's got 8 on the night, as does Natalie Ayat. Emily Jamison has 9. Sydney Peterson with 15. Claire Johnson with 4. And Carly Bond with 8 on my extremely unofficial stat sheet. Macy McQuarrie gives Jackson an easy side out there. Ava Doney will step back to the service line for the Timberwolves. Your front row, Lauren Dimmelins hitting your left pin. Olivia Skibble, your junior middles in the middle. And Christina Johnson, your junior right side, is on the right side. Alyssa Zalda, back set for Stratton. That's right over the top end of Johnson. Skibble with the sky hook, dug by Ayat. Into the middle now, Claire Johnson for the Grizzlies. Lauren Atwood picks it up, Dimmelin, and that ball's off the tape. No touch from the block. It's right in front of the official. Dimmelin doesn't like the call, but it's literally right in front of the official. If there's not a touch there, he probably didn't see it. Sierra Pratt at the service line now for the Grizzlies, the senior left-handed setter. She's been very good tonight. Carly Bond into the front row. She was enormous down the stretch there in set number 4, but it just wasn't quite enough. Ciara Cho misfires out of play, and Ciara Cho is just calling for the touch every time now. That turns into a little girl who cried wolf. Mindy Staudinger cries timeout here early in set number 5. We're going to go ahead and stay with you, and I'm going to take just a second to talk to you about our fundraiser for Cantano in Puerto Rico coming up at Uprising Volleyball on October 15th. We've donated all the space all the time. We're taking silent auction item donations to help raise funds with Olympian Courtney Thompson for the community of Cantano, which is where she started her professional career in Puerto Rico. 80% of the homes were devastated. She's going to do a silent auction at as part of the Give It Back Foundation at Uprising Volleyball. We're fully supporting this. If you have silent auction items that you can donate, we'd love to have them. If you can come out and bid on some cool stuff in the silent auction, we'd love to have you there. Courtney's going to be signing autographs. There's all kinds of cool stuff. October 15th, 11 to 1 at Uprising Volleyball in Mukilteo. More information, uprisingvolleyball.com. Sierra Pratt serving for the Grizzlies. She goes right after Haley Pistol, and that's a service ace for Sierra Pratt. Her 4th of the night. Sierra having herself a pretty good evening. Cho pops this one straight up, out of system set from Pistol. Dimmelin turns the angle. McQuarrie with a nice dig from her knees. Jamison hammers that ball off the block and out. Pratt continues from the service line. Jamison gets the kill on that one. She's got 10 now. Atwood. Pistol sends the down ball, picked up by Ayat. Pratt, here's Bond. Through the hands and down, Carly Bond. Her 9th kill of the night. All Glacier Peak here so far in set number 5. Jackson has fought valiantly. This is the first real chink in their armor we've seen. It's been a battle. Christina Johnson back to the service line after the Pratt missed serve. Jackson's got some work to do. Important to get out to a fast start in the race to 15, and Sierra Pratt has done just that for her Glacier Peak Grizzlies with a great service run. There's her set for Bond, and it's punched back, and that's Dimlin and Skibble. Pair of middles on the block there. It's almost unfair when you're able to put them there next to each other. And Jackson, with Johnson at the service line, continues to work. McQuarrie pops this one up behind the 10-foot line. Natalie Ayats. Oh, it's in. Right in front of the line judge. The up ref had a good look at it, and Natalie Ayat, with a little bit of magic, twists that ball over in and drops it right on the corner. Everything going the Grizzlies' way right now. Atwood, back row set for Johnson. Bump set from Pratt. Ayat, shot over the top. Doug, here's Dimmelin. Nice block up from Bond and Peterson. Now out of the back row, Johnson. Dig by Pratt. Bump set by McQuarrie. Bond misfires into the net. Jackson still alive. Lexi Dollarhide comes into the back row. Senior Ciara Cho, who's got 10 kills tonight, into the front row for Jackson, along with Atwood and Skibble. Dollarhide will serve. Libero Pistol and Christina Johnson in the back row with her. She's serving to Jamison, Ayat, and McQuarrie. It's Jamison. Pratt sets the outside hitter, Ayat, up high off the hands. Pancake from Ciara Cho. That ball sent back over by Pistol. Thought we might get a double call. We didn't. Again, another dig. One-handed this time by Ciara Cho. Here's Johnson out of the back row. Jamison does a nice job. Pops that one straight up. Here's Ayat. Left-handed cut shot right at Skibble. Skibble quick. Nope. Not on the same page with the setter Atwood there. Ayat left-handed again. Skibble pops this one up. Oh, that's going to be 4 contacts. Oh, I thought it was 4 contacts. I thought Atwood touched it. Skibble passed it. Atwood set it. And that was 4 contacts. And Sierra Pratt and Dave Thorne know it. Atwood was below the height of the net. She dug the ball. She touched the ball. Skibble dug it. Atwood set it. Cho hit it. That's 4 contacts. And the up ref doesn't see it. Lexi Dollarhide will continue to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. Sometimes that's difficult to see from an official's vantage point. Skibble's blocking the view. He can't see Atwood touch the first ball. All he sees is Skibble come up with a dig. There's a timeout for Glacier Peak as they're going to recover and reset. Jackson on a little bit of roll here in set 5 on STSPN.com. We'll be right back. Jackson High School still with a ton of work to do here at Glacier Peak. Sophomore outside hitter Lexi Dollarhide at the service line. Glacier Peak with a big lead here in set number 5. We're playing to 15. You must win by 2. This is the 5th and deciding set. It's been an amazing match. I'm Matty Bishop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to Ace Hardware Lake Stevens for their support. Here's Carly Bond off the hands of Cho, and Carly Bond has been huge down the stretch here for the Grizzlies. Claire Johnson makes way for Sydney Goen to serve for Glacier Peak. Jackson Little desperation here. They need a side out. Dollarhide, Atwood, out of the back row. Johnson, Sydney Peterson. Nice pickup from Ciara Cho. Free ball sent from Pistol. Going. Pratt. Ayat off the hands. Picked up by Pistol. Atwood. Only place to go is outside to Cho. She goes down the line and drops it in the corner. And the senior, Ciara Cho, with her 11th kill of the night. And that was a veteran move there. She goes up high, big high point of contact, and just pushes that ball over the top end of the corner, trying to make sure they got the right server back there. Erin Ingram into the match to serve. Mindy Staudinger checking it with the second official. And it is correct, so Erin Ingram, the freshman, will serve here. Jamison, run down by Pratt. Peterson, oh, and it's off the hands of Dollarhide. It was a 50-50 as to whether it was going to catch the line or it was going to go out. Dollarhide was probably right to play it, but she couldn't contain it. All the power from Peterson on display there. Her 16th kill of the night. Alyssa Zalda checks in along with Aaliyah Stratton. Zalda with the serve. Ciara Cho pounds that ball off the block. Cho with a dozen now. Jackson just won't go away. They've done this before. They stole set number 1 from this similar kind of position. Lauren Atwood, senior defensive specialist turned setter, has done a fantastic job. She's at the service line. Aaliyah Stratton right through the middle. She's got 9 kills on the night. Natalie Ayat back to the service line. Look for this to go straight down the line at Ciara Cho. Cho can't handle it, but Ava Doney picks it up. Macy off the free ball. Peterson hammers that ball off the block, and it's 17 kills for Sydney Peterson, and it is match point for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Timeout called by the Jackson Timberwolves. We'll be right back on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We're back. Natalie Ayat at the service line, serving for the match here at Glacier Peak High School. The Grizzlies look like a foot fault from here. The line judge didn't see it. It's a service ace for Natalie Ayat, and Glacier Peak for the second time in a row here on STSPN.com have claimed a 5-set thriller. This time it's at the expense of the Jackson Timberwolves. Both teams go to 4-3 on the season. We'll be back in just a moment with your Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Match here on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back inside Glacier Peak High School. We've got our Speedway Chevrolet players of the match tonight, the setters from Glacier Peak High School, in one of the most incredibly balanced performances for high school setters that I've seen in a while. We have Alyssa Zalda and Sierra Pratt with us tonight. They are our Speedway Chevrolet players of the match. Alyssa, tell us a little bit about your selection of hitters. You guys spread the ball all over the place. Everyone contributed tonight. Tell us about the chemistry between you and those hitters.
Yeah, we work a lot on practice with all our hitters, making sure that everyone has equal opportunity to hit trick sets and things like that. So we have a really good dynamic with all our hitters. Fantastic.
And Sierra, 4 aces on the night. Your serve was crucial down the stretch. You put that big run together in the top of set number 5. Talk to us a little bit for younger players who are watching. What are you thinking about when you go back to the service line in a big match?
What I think about when I go back is just try to get the ball in for my team, not necessarily get an ace. So lob it in if you have to, because I've been struggling with my serve personally. So it was good to kind of get that ace going in the 5th game.
Well, ladies, hats off to you. Unbelievable match tonight. You had 3 hitters in double figures, 2 more with 9 kills each. Incredible distribution, and we're looking forward to really exciting things to come from the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. On behalf of Ace Hardware and Lake Stevens, with support from McDaniel's Do-It Center, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, and Uprising Volleyball, I'm Matty Bishop. This is STSPN.com. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies win a second 5-set thriller here over the Jackson Timberwolves. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. STSPN.com.